It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is September 12th, 2018. We got the wild thing going on here. Shout out to my man Rich Quitzliano. Thanks for the song request by Tone Loc. I played Funky Cold Medina a few months ago. Someone requested a Tone Loc song. So today we're rocking out to that wild thing. This is a classic, guys. Definitely a classic. We're going to be looking at two items. One is actually a sub-inspired topic. He wanted me to talk about BCH, Bitcoin Cash, and all the drama going on with that coin versus Bitcoin Core, and even internally with Dr. Craig Wright. He says here, I know you are a Bitcoin Cash fan. Can you talk about all the controversy that is going on in the BCH community? A lot of folks have been avoiding the topic. Gervais White, no doubt, man. I will definitely talk on that today. I got an article we're going to look at, and it's basically going over the Tone Vase, Jimmy Song versus a Roger Ver debate. I guess they needed two people to debate Roger Ver. But we'll talk about that, and I'll give you my two Satoshis on it. I'm really crypto agnostic, man. I want all the cryptocurrencies to flourish if they can, but I know that they won't, but I do want them to. Whichever one can really push the culture forward, push the adoption and awareness of cryptocurrencies forward, I'm for, with the exception of Ripple. You guys know that. But we'll take a look at that. And secondly, is the ICO boom over? Last month's fundraise amount in ICOs hit a 16-month low, and we'll look at that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory that the ICO boom is over, and I think that's a good thing because now investors are being more cautious in what projects to invest in. But this article also touches on a new instrument, a new avenue of raising money. It's called the STO, and we'll talk about that here shortly. But first, let's take a look at that market cap. We're currently at $191 billion. I think last night we were under 190, but currently at 191. Bitcoin dominance, 57%. That is crazy. And we're just slightly up 1% in Bitcoin over the last 24 hours. Ethereum is down another percent. And actually, these prices at 181 is a bounce back. As you can see, in the last hour, we've seen a 4% rise in Ethereum because we were in the 170 range with Ethereum. EOS in the last hour has popped almost 2.5%. So we're seeing a slight recovery. Or a bounce. I don't know if you want to call it a recovery, but a bounce in the altcoins. So let's take a look at this chart. Nothing really new here, still trading in a range, and I'm sure we'll probably make a decision on a direction by the weekend for sure. So not much to report on at the moment, guys. The first article, again, is the ICO boom over? August ICO funding figures show a 16-month low, and this is out of btcmanager.com. New research data from Autonomous Research puts the total amount raised from ICOs last month at 326 million, the lowest figure in more than a year. A September 10th, 2018 report by Bloomberg outlines a bleak ICO market hit by declining investment levels, which in turn may be fueling an Ether sell-off that is pushing the ETH price down. In fact, some say that this is not merely a lean period for ICOs, but a sign that the so-called crypto funding boom is finally over. Article goes on to say here, blame it on ETH. According to Jeremy Rubin, a technical advisor to Stellar, Ethereum as a platform may have a bigger future for building dApps, but Ether has a distinct probability of hitting zero value. He even says this is inevitable. The reason is that the Ethereum platform functions very well as a platform for hosting ICOs and dApps. I don't know about dApps, but it doesn't do as well in terms of its value proposition as a cryptocurrency. This is linked to the ongoing ICO market woes by virtue of sentiment. If investors do not see ETH as an asset that has a realistic chance of providing a return, they are less likely to purchase it for whatever reason, be it to speculate or to invest in ICOs. Since Ethereum is the most important ICO hosting platform, This has had a dulling effect on investment as investors reeling from the 2018 crypto bear market decide to cut their losses and cash out. Amidst the sell-offs of ETH and Ethereum-based tokens by wary investors, ICO investment thus fell to about $360 million in August of 2018, compared to roughly $3 billion monthly between January and March of 2018. That is a significant drop, and really almost the same amount. If you look at the price of ETH, it almost reflects the decrease, I should say. It says, for now, an end to the crypto market bear run does not look imminent. So from an ICO point of view, that can only mean a continuation of the ongoing pattern of reduced investment by loss-weary investors. There is, however, another factor that may be causing the decreased interest in ICO markets apart from the woes of the crypto market and Ethereum, and that is the rise of the STO, guys. A security token offering is essentially an ICO that is backed by real assets such as equities, investment funds, mining rights, or loans. That is to say, a traditional security but dressed up in millennial clothes. Unlike ICOs, STOs also falls squarely within the regulatory ambit of bodies like the SEC because they must comply with all existing security laws and regulations. Whether this will lead to a long-term trend remains to be seen, and indeed, a vast number of ICO projects continue to roll out every day. Wow. Polymath, that comes to mind. I think they are structuring tokens in a way that they are essentially equities, but on the blockchain. And this is going to be, for sure, in my opinion, I should say, the wave of the future. This is going to be how companies raise money. Unfortunately, it's just what I said the other day. It's doing something old in a new way. That's all it is, because essentially if we start going towards STOs, that means that every person that owns one will have to have some type of KYC. It eliminates the whole anonymity of cryptocurrencies and non-regulatory aspect of cryptocurrencies, at least what they were intended to be. So what do you guys think though? Are STOs the wave of the future? Is this the new wave for fundraising in the crypto space? It probably is. ICOs are probably going to be a thing of the past. It came and it went really fast, that's for sure. I wish it weren't the case, but I definitely think the ICO wave is really dwindling down. And we're going to have to see some type of new mechanism for fundraising on the blockchain, and SEOs just might be the thing. As far as ETH, I don't really fully agree with Jeremy Rubin about Ethereum or the Ethereum token going to zero. It's going to go lower for sure. You got to look at EOS the same way. However, with EOS, there is some intrinsic value there because that token, that EOS token, represents something. It represents computer resources, CPU resources. It represents RAM resource. Any dApp, any developer that wants to put their app on the blockchain has to stake these EOS tokens. Now with Ethereum, the Ether is just really used for gas to make transactions. That was the point of the Ether token. So it should not really be looked at as a cryptocurrency. It really shouldn't. And so it will definitely go lower. You will not see $1,400 ETH ever again. And it does not help that the demand for Ether has dropped as well, because people aren't looking to invest in ICOs like they used to. You guys let me know your thoughts on that. We'll definitely love to hear what you got to say. So the next topic is very controversial. As my man Mr. Wright said, not many people are talking about it. At least that's what he's saying. I don't really follow too many other crypto influencers, but we're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash, and I got an article that goes over a debate that Roger Ver had versus Jimmy Song and Tone Vase. As I said, they needed a double team for whatever reason. That just baffles me. So we'll take a look at that. But first, look at this tweet. Akane Yoku says on Twitter, I seriously can't believe my ears when Tone Vase said Bitcoin should be used as money during his debate. Isn't that the point of Bitcoin? I can't believe they are calling Roger Ver a scammer for supporting what he believes can help the world. Scam is a strong word for sure. Scam is a strong word. And you know why this whole BCH Bitcoin debate will never end is because both sides, more so I believe, more so the Bitcoin Core side, but even the Bitcoin Cash side, it's gotten to a point where it's religious. It's like it's a religious movement. And when you have those types of feelings toward something, it's never going to end. It's just never going to end. It's sad because it just divides the community. So what I have to say about this before we get into the actual article is that Bitcoin Core is definitely taking Bitcoin in a direction that I think, and this is where the debate is, they're taking it in a direction where I think it was not intended to go as far as per Satoshi Nakamoto's white paper. Bitcoin was supposed to be a spending cryptocurrency mechanism. You were supposed to use it as for commerce on day-to-day transactions, so on and so forth. Now, do we deviate from plans? You have a goal, you have a blueprint, right? A business plan. That's just a blueprint. That's just a plan. That does not mean you stick to it. So we've evidently and obviously deviated from that white paper that Satoshi Nakamoto wrote. And I think that's where the Bitcoin Cash community has taken their issue with. And I don't blame them. I agree. They definitely are allowing Bitcoin to become strictly a commodity. And I think, initially it was supposed to be all of that. It was supposed to be currency, a commodity, and even a protocol. So it was supposed to be a number of things to different people. And now we're cornering Bitcoin Core and it's becoming a commodity. It's not going to go anywhere because, again, Wall Street has gotten a hold of this cryptocurrency. So it's not going anywhere, but it will be a digital commodity. That's what it's going to be. And I think that's where people have the issue, and that's where I have the issue. And you can say Lightning Network is going to do this and that. Prove it. Show me on a large scale, not 100 Bitcoin worth in some payment channels. I'm talking about real world volume here. See, some of you don't know, it's been like 7 years since Lightning Network was supposed to be up and running. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So let's take a look at this article. It is out of AMB Crypto. Bitcoin developer Jimmy Song in trial by combat with Bitcoin Cash, Roger Ver. On September 10th, a YouTube channel published a video from the ongoing blockchain cruise in Spain. Here, Bitcoin developer Jimmy Song and Bitcoin Cash proponent Roger Ver debated with the purpose of rebutting each other. The argument contained the subject of centralization in Bitcoin Cash. Furthermore, Jimmy Song made a statement saying Bitcoin Cash is fiat currency. Song opened the debate and started several points by backing them up with great ease. The developer believes that Bitmain acts as a centralized reserve bank for Bitcoin Cash. And look at the pot calling the kettle black. Furthermore, the hard fork is actually a group of elites who determine the roadmap for the project and force the upgrades on the community. Song said that BCH exists without a legitimate purpose. He named nearly a dozen other hard forks of Bitcoin Core, defining the unique selling point of each cryptocurrency. The hard forks included by him were Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Diamond, Bitcoin Gold, Super Bitcoin, Bitcoin Vote, and so on and so forth. Over the issue of BCH centralization, Roger Ver made an attempt to rebut and turn the argument around. He responded by saying the decentralization is the reason for multiple parties fighting in the BCH ecosystem. According to him, this is what happens in a decentralized space. I have to agree with him. You know, this article seems a little tilted towards Jimmy Song. I didn't get a chance to fully watch the video, but again, I don't see a problem with BCH attempting to do Bitcoin the way that the white paper spells it out. And it's a free market. It's a decentralized market. I agree with Roger Ver that you definitely are going to, in a decentralized environment, have infighting, and that's what it's going to be. So may the best coin win. Bitcoin will still be very successful because, again, it has this niche as a digital commodity and the brand name of cryptocurrencies. So, and Wall Street is behind it. BCH, I don't think it's really going anywhere. They'll try to make some inroads with having their cryptocurrency be used day to day. Ultimately, I think you'll just see one of these cryptocurrencies or one created on this Gen 3 blockchain movement that will bridge the gap between a cryptocurrency that's an asset, slow and expensive, and one that's just like this instant. You know, that it can be instant on one of these Gen 3 blockchains. So we'll see what happens. I don't understand the passion behind it. Like, dude, it's okay to have competition. It seems like to me the way that Bitcoin Core hates Bitcoin Cash, they must feel threatened for some reason. I'm not sure why. It all can exist in one. Whether it's a scam or not, it really doesn't matter because the market will determine which ones are successful and not. Can't be a scam being on Coinbase. I'm just going to be honest with you. That's going to help Bitcoin Cash stay around for a great while. That's pretty much it. You guys let me know your thoughts about this debate. Did you see it? I didn't get a chance to watch it. I'm going to watch it over the weekend, hopefully, if I have some time while I'm out in the Bay Area. And that reminds me, you guys, you can still get a free ticket to either the Litecoin Summit or the Block World Conference. All you have to do is purchase an item from my website and I will send you a ticket. That's pretty much it for today, people. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and I'm out.